Hello, first graders. I hope you have your papers ready, making sure that you are sitting up straight at your seat with your belly touching your desk and the back of your chair touching your back. We always hold our paper, that way it doesn't move around as we write our perfect letters. The first sound we're writing today is R. Say it with me. R. Go ahead and write it. R. Making sure that an R starts at that dotted line, pull down, trace it up and over the clock. Down, up, and over the clock. When you do that, you can say R, 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 R. Making sure none of these are over the hump isn't over that dotted line. If you've not made it to the end of the line, go ahead and push pause. The next sound is with my lips open. Say it with me. Go ahead and write it. Okay, it's the same thing as the R. We pull straight down and up and over the clock. 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 See how fat it is? Nice and fat. And we say when you write it. All right, my friends. The next sound is P. Say it with me. P. Okay, so when we do a P, we start at the dotted line, pull down all the way to that next line. Trace it back up around the clock and give it a tuck. Down, up, around the clock and tuck. Down, up, around the clock and tuck. And when you do that, you can say P, 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 P. All right, if you are not to the end of the line, go ahead and push pause. The next sound is Say it with me. Go ahead and write it. Starting at the dotted line, pull down, up and over the clock, and up and over the clock again, making sure they look the same and they're nice and fat. Down, up and over the clock, up and over the clock. Down, up and over the clock, up and over the clock. Down, up and over the clock, up and over the clock. Say All right, my friends, if you are not done, go ahead and push pause. The next sound is E. Say it with me. E. Go ahead and write it. We pull straight across and around the clock, making sure it's pointy. Straight across and around the clock. Across and around the clock. Say E. 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 If you have not made it to the end of the line, go ahead and push pause. All right, our next sound is I. Say it with me. I. Go ahead and write it. Pull straight down and float that dot. Pull straight down and float that dot. Pull straight down and float that dot. And we say I. 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 Nice job. If you have not made it to the end of the line yet, go ahead and push pause. Alrighty. Our next sound is A-O-Oo. Say it with me. A-O-Oo. Nice job. Go ahead and write it. Starting at 2 o'clock, around the clock. Starting at 2 o'clock, around the clock. And we say A-O-Oo. 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 Nice job, friends. Okay, we are going to write a couple of our spelling words for this week. Do you know what your spelling words are for this week? So the first one that we are going to practice, and like I said, we're not going to write all of our spelling words for this week, just a couple. So the first one we're going to practice is the spelling word spill. Spill. So let's sound that out. So we have, when we sound it out, we have s, p, I, and actually there's two letters that do ul. So I need to move my hand around. So I'm going to start with my thumb. S, p, I, and two letters go together and it says ul. It's a double L. Ul. It works together. So we go s, p, I, ul. Go ahead and write it. So, starting with our S. S, p, down to the next line. I, O. And remember I said it was a double L, and that has one sound, and it says O. Give yourself a star or a smiley if you got that right. All right, the next spelling word that we are going to write is grass. Did you mow the grass? All right, let's sound it. G, r, a, and two letters say s together. That is a double S. We don't go s. We put it together and say s. Sound it out again. G, r, a, s, double S. Go ahead and write it. So use the sound g, j. So g, r, a. Use a, and double S. Grass. If you wrote grass, give yourself a star or a smiley. If not, go ahead and write it now. All right, first graders, that's all for today. See you tomorrow.